Hello Year 4, it's Miss Bellis here again. I hope you are well and that you're having a lovely day. So last time in our maths learning, we looked at how to divide whole numbers by 10. And today we're going to continue that learning, but we're going to look at how to divide whole numbers by 100. So here is our in focus, and here we have Charles. He has 14 blocks of soap, and he wants to use all the blocks to make 100 packs, all containing the same amount of soap. How much soap is there in each pack? How can Charles do this? What could he do to the blocks? What did we learn last time when we were dividing by 10 that might help us? So here's our Let's Learn, and we've got Amira and Ruby here to help. And these are our 14 blocks of soap, and you can see they have been split into 10 and 4. Amira is taking the 10 blocks and dividing it by 100. She's taken each block and split them into 10 pieces. 10 pieces in 10 blocks equals 100 pieces altogether. And you can see in one block, one piece is worth a tenth. So 10 divided by 100 equals 1/10, and written as a decimal, 0.1. Have you noticed the digit 1 here is in the tens place, but when it is divided by 100, it ends up in the tenths place. Ruby is dividing up the 4 by 100. She split each block into 100 pieces, and that's left her with 100th. And she has 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 hundredths. Here we can see that written as a decimal. Can you see that the 4 started in the ones place and it has moved to the hundredths place? What do you notice? Here we can see what they have done as a calculation. 14 divided by 100. 10 divided by 100 is a tenth. 4 divided by 100 is 4 hundredths. Put them together. 14 divided by 100 is 0.14, or 0 and 14 hundredths. And we can see a pattern happening if we look at it with a place value chart. Here's our 14. It starts off with a 1 in the tens column and a 4 in the ones column. But when it's divided by 100, we can see the tenths that started here in the tens, the 1 has moved to the tenths, and the 4 that started in the ones has moved to the hundredths. Both numbers have moved along 2 places. So here is our guided practice. You're going to need a calculator to help you. If you don't have the calculator that is just a calculator at home, perhaps you could ask maybe if mum or dad have a calculator on their phone to help you. So what you have to do is pick any whole number that is less than 100. First, you divide it by 10. Then you start again and divide it by 100. And it asks, what do you notice about the quotient in each case? The quotient just means the answer when something has been divided. I'm going to try and show you now what this looks like. So here's my calculator. So first of all, I'm going to pick a whole number less than 100. Let's try 45. Holly has asked me to divide it by 10. Here is my answer, or quotient. 45 has become 4.5. So Charles says start again, so clear. 45 divided by 100. That gives us 0.45. What do you notice? Let's try another one. I'm going to choose 32. Divide it by 10. and 32 becomes 3.2. Clear it. Now I'll divide it by 100. It becomes 0.32. Have a go yourself on a calculator. Do as many as you like and see what you notice. The guided practice next asks you to divide these numbers here. Have a go and then maybe check it on a calculator to see if you're right. And Lulu asks, is it easy to divide whole numbers by 10 or by 100? What do you think? Why do you think this is? So here's our worksheet and we're filling in the blanks. The first one asks 2 divided by 100, and here you'll need to put your hundredths, and in here you need to write it as a decimal. If we look down at this one, 30 divided by 100, here you need to put your answer in tenths, and here write it as a decimal. This one, 48 divided by 100, you're going to need to give your answer in tenths, hundredths, and then as a decimal. And if you come down to the bottom here, we see this one, you need to give your answer in ones, tenths, and hundredths, and then write it as a decimal. So here's question 2, and this is the way that Charles does it. This is his method. He's got 18 divided by 100, and he's partitioned his 18 into a 10 and 8. 10 divided by 100 is a tenth, 0.1, and 8 divided by 100 is 8 hundredths. And then he puts them together to give him 18 divided by 100 is 0.18, or 0 and 18 hundredths. And for this you need to use Charles's method to do these divisions. You'll find that you will have the same answer here as you do here. And this is the last page, asking you to do these divisions, 6 divided by 10 and then 6 divided by 100. And this is very, very similar to what we did in the guided practice. And here are our answers. There's question 2. And here is question 3. As always, the guided practice, the worksheet and the answers will be on the website. And also, we'd love to see your maths work, so please do send it in. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!